This is a D6 generation pip. One of those dots on the side of a six-sided die. Yeah, a pip. A short pip. Little something. About anything gaming related. Sometimes featuring Craig, sometimes featuring Russ. We'll see what's coming up today. All right, we are back. So, John, why don't you give us the summary this time of what happened in the town here, Phandalin.
We started out. We were separated in the wooded area in Phandalin, near the freshly recently put ablaze manor. What's the name of that manor? I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, that is Trensadar Manor. I'll share my screen for the.
Or should I say,
so we can bring
what was the name of that manor? There it is, ablaze on the screen. Perfect. Yeah, so we worked our way down through the green path there for you, those of you watching. We actually worked our way through the forest and back to the Alderleaf farm in our separate groups. Ulrich, Thrall, which was me, and Pyric made it back first. And then shortly after we introduced ourselves to all our new selves, the new of us, to Euphemia's aunt. Euphemia and Karlik showed up. We figured out the body was like Glassstaff was also known as this Lord Albrecht. We've discovered he was in cahoots. He's the head of the Red Brand, or was. I think we've mostly wiped out the Red Brand, but now we have to deal with this Black Spider who lives at it's the Keep. What's the name?
Did we really wipe them out, or did they wipe out themselves with their flagrant misuse of fire?
Well, I'm taking credit for at least wiping some of them out.
Oh yeah. And Cowlick.
And we discovered the other thing we discovered. So the bugbears don't actually work for the Red Brands. They work for the Black Spider, and they were kind of there to help put things back on track. It sounded like, but they're all dead too. And so we got Glassstaff, its body, and we brought it back to the Alderleaf barn and stashed it in some hay. It was looted, and then we decided we took a rest, right? We ate food at the farm, we rested, and then we all leveled up, which everybody got to see. So we're all third level now. And then we had some visitors arrive it wasn't morning, it was afternoon because we slept through the day, I believe. And so it was the mayor, Harbin Wester, showed up. It was also a gentleman, a half-elf, I believe he was, from the Order of the Gauntlet, Darin Edmath. And then also Sister Gauriel?
Yes, very good.
An elven sister of some faith that we haven't figured out yet. And then the three women that we saved from the manor before it got accidentally caught on fire. And that was
I can't stress enough the importance of fire safety.
We did learn something about that. Not very much, but
really got killed.
And there was some angst whether they were coming to lynch us for burning the place or they were coming to pat us on the back. And Euphemia figured out they were there to pat us on the back, so that worked out in our favor. But then, because it turns out that all these people are good at finding problems, but not really good at solving them. So they started dumping all their problems on us.
That's awesome.
Asking us to solve all their problems. So the mayor wants us to deal with some orc trouble. The order wants us to deal with some undead. And the sister wants us to deal with a banshee who they want us to have an uncomfortable conversation with, apparently.
Yes.
So we decided that we have to get to Cragmar Castle because we've discovered not only, that was the other thing we discovered that's important, that the rest of this band has been captured, and as well as our cousin who was already captured, Grundon. Now Aldrich is captured. The Lord whatever you guys call him,
Lord Hallwinter.
Hallwinter, right?
Yes.
And
he'll be so mad that
we don't know
castle
what happened
was...
to nobody mentioned the butcher, so I don't know if he got captured or what. I don't remember his name being mentioned. So he may be all right or not. But anyway, we now know our brother is captured as well, and they're, as far as we know, they're all at the Cragmaw Castle. The important things we have learned are that there is a druid at Thundertree Ruins that knows how to get to the castle. So that's our main goal, is to get there. But the Owl Well, which has the undead that the Order wants us to deal with, is along the way.
That's my character.
So we have plans to deal with all of these things at some point or another. But we have to prioritize and take care of our primary issues first.
John, do you remember where the orc trouble is? I remember we agreed to 2 of the 3 things, and we had agreed to orc trouble for the horses for the mayor.
Yeah, we were gonna. I think it's somewhere. I don't remember where it is, but it's not on the way, so we have to deal with it after the fact.
We're gonna do that on the way back.
Yeah, we were gonna deal with Cragmaw Castle first, and make sure our kin. Important thing. It is important that our kin. But the other thing that came out is that there is the Echo Wave Mine, which also had. Yeah, exactly. The Echo Wave Mine, which our family has a claim to, also has this anvil of magic making on it, basically, and the means to make the stuff come from this mine, and it can't fall into the wrong hands. So that's another reason we have to deal with this issue.
Oh, that's a surprise to me. We did not talk about these family troubles before.
Well, it came out during our when we were doing our leveling, and Joe said his character had shared it at some point.
Ooh.
So
sharing is caring.
Excellent summary.
I'm pretty sure that's where we are. So we're about to get 3 ponies, draft horse, and a horse, and ride ourselves out of here.
And magic armor.
What's that?
He said magic armor.
No.
And magic
but
armor.
the ponies, yes, you did make an agreement on that. And you did discuss particularly what things were close to each other. So as a quick reminder, here is a map sort of zoomed in on a particular section of the Sword Coast. For fans of the Sword Coast, if you are one of those, I'll just give you kind of a bearing of where you are. Famous places you may have heard of if you've done any sword coasting in the past. There is down here to the south, you'll see, here's Waterdeep, right? A lot of people heard of Waterdeep. Here's Neverwinter. A lot of people have heard of Neverwinter. If you go even higher north, you'll see places like Icewind Dale. A lot of people have heard of Icewind Dale if you play video games. However, this particular adventure started here in Neverwinter. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And the original folks were hired to escort the dwarf down the high road and over here to Phandalin, which is where you guys are now. Now, on the way to Phandalin, you may remember there was a brief adventure in a cave where some goblins as well as other folks were defeated, and a bugbear, you convinced a bugbear to start a inn, and you asked him to call it the Cave Inn. So that is marked on the map. That was actually here. Thundertree, which is where you want to go, because according to Auntie, that's where that druid lives that probably knows where Cragmaw Castle is and other things in the area. The other interesting thing about... Sorry, go ahead, John.
Radolf the Druid.
Yes. And the other thing about Thundertree that's interesting is the ladies you rescued gave you some information about a family heirloom that could be valuable. That's also there. And you learned that the Owl Well, which is the place where the gentleman from the Order of the Gauntlet wanted you to go investigate some undead issues, that is actually right on the way. The other things that they were bringing up are more in this vicinity over here, and you didn't get exact locations. So last time you kind of said, well, let's go do this at the Owl Well on the way to Thundertree. So that's where you are. And you did negotiate some pack animals to move out because it is a bit of a hike, as you can see there. And just to give you an idea, one of my favorite things about Roll20 is if you set the scale right on these little maps, you can go here to this little measuring tool, and you can just drag and drop to a place, and you can see it is 96 miles roughly from Phandalin to Thundertree, which is a pretty good hike.
Whoa.
That's going to take you a bit of time to get there.
That's far.
Yeah, that's not a short walk.
So can we talk about the civic planning in this area for a second there, Russ?
Sure.
Is it safer and faster for us to use the roads that we're paying these taxes for these various baronies for? Or is it a better idea to trust? We saw which great tracking skills Strawwick had last time when he tried to cover his tracks. What do we feel as a group as
my great tracking skills got us out of the woods, though.
Oh yeah, because that was far.
Weren't we in the village already? You just went across the village.
But Pyric was lost in the woods. He didn't know how to get out.
I don't know if that's true.
That's how I remember it distinctly.
Then that's fine then. I'll look at my notes later.
I'm pretty sure Pyric likes to be lost in the woods. There's a difference.
That's true.
So to answer your question, it's generally thought that the roads are safer. Although to be clear, the way you discovered the cave in was because your dwarf that you're trying to escort was mugged on the road. So, your mileage could vary. The bigger the road, generally the safer it is. For example, high road is probably safer than tribe or trail. But then again, there are bandits and things everywhere. And you're more likely to encounter others on the road. So it's really sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
The speed of travel, like how rough is the terrain between the end of Fandolin Road and the Owl Well? That's my question.
My pony has shocks on it. I'm okay.
Yeah, it got a little rough between.
How can you be afraid of the woods, Elf?
I'm from the north. These are
all north. I don't understand your complaint.
Yeah, I'm a conifer kind of elf. I know all these elves and all.
Do we have our horse?
Yeah, seriously,
I want subclasses of elves now.
Yeah, seriously,
I want deciduous elves and conifer elves. Sorry,
Russ. Do we have our? We're
really spruce people, Thralric. It's just like hill dwarves are different than mountain dwarves. Spruce elves are way different than elm and oak elves. That's ridiculous.
It's like dwarves that wear armor are much better than dwarves that don't. You know what I'm saying?
I would be tending to agree.
You're a willow elf.
So you can look at the map. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second so I can start looking at DME kind of things. Rafe, you want to share the screen for us there?
No, because I'm on my laptop. So
would someone else like to share their screen so the followers at home can see what's up? And while you guys do that, I am going to.
Who has a good machine amongst us? Mine's powered by geriatric squirrels. We don't want me sharing. Everybody knows that you don't want me sharing.
You're lucky you got squirrels. I got chipmunks.
So Darren, the gentleman from the Order
try sharing mine.
He agrees to go get the horses.
Thank you, John.
And he says, "Do you want to meet me in the middle of town, or would bring your animals back here to the farm?"
That's not what we want.
Yeah, that's close. Just scroll down now. That's perfect.
That's it.
You're just on the map. Just scroll down on the map a little bit so you can see what we're looking at.
Oh, I think they should bring the animals back to Auntie's farm.
All right. He says, "Good. Give me about an hour. I'll be right back." And the mayor says, "You are going to take care of the orcs, right? You're just prioritizing." I understand.
Where are the orcs there, Mayor?
Wyvern Tor? Where's that?
Yes. Wyvern Tor, exactly. Hang on a second.
I guess I can't see my own screen being shared. Is that true?
No, you can.
Right.
You can't. Yeah, you can't see the.
Do you have 2 monitors, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just move the shared screen to the second monitor, and then use Roll20 on your other monitor.
So in chatting with the folks, I'm going to make some marks on the big map here. In chatting with the folks there, let me get a pen. You think Wyvern Tor is somewhere down here, and the white Agatha, the Banshee, the Agatha, she's up here. So the Red X in the forest up there, that's somewhere where the Banshee is, and the Red X down here somewhere is where Wyvern Tor is.
Okay, so kin is the most important thing. So we're going to go help the dwarves first. And then, Lady Cleric, we might help you on the way to dealing with the orcs.
She says, I will appreciate any consideration you can give.
Do they have? Is this map given to us, or we now have just a general sense of these things?
You have a general sense of it. You guys have grown up in the area or lived in a long time in the area of Neverwinter, so you know the area pretty well. So when someone describes something to you, you can kind of get there. But if you'd like, they do have some provisions in town if you want to buy a map so you can start making better. I'll give you advantage on checks and things if you actually have a map.
Cool.
They're actually going to make us buy a map to do all their problems?
Apparently.
Well, you can ask them for a map. I'm just telling you can buy one.
I believe they already told us they were going to give us one.
Part of their problem is they don't have a map.
The sister says, I'll give you a map if you agree to take care of the Banshee situation for me.
Oh.
I consider it done.
I would like to see this map first, sister.
So she pulls out a very nice map that looks almost identical to one you're looking at right now on the screen of the Sword Coast. And she starts to mark some places that were discussed. She's hit Thundertrees.
Oh, yes. Okay,
and
sister.
You here.
You can't. You cut yourself a mean bargain. We are going to have saved the dwarves first because dwarves always need rescue. If anything has taught me about adventuring with Euphemia, is that dwarves need a lot of rescuing.
Aye.
Right.
And
more
so,
help themselves.
Sister, where is the Banshee at?
the Tribord Trail.
That little red X near the word.
Oh, I see it.
On Tribord Trail. Yep.
So in the complete opposite direction?
No, we're going to go north, and then we're going to come back around and through the Neverwoods.
I'm sorry, Russ. The top X is the orcs, and the bottom X is the Banshee.
The top X is the Banshee.
Okay.
And the bottom X is the orcs. Is the Weavern.
So we'll go straight north. We'll go due north, hit Owl's Well, then hit Thundertree.
No, I think we're going to go to the cave in there first. We need to check on the very moral nature of our bugbear friend.
No, I suggest we do that on the way back.
Okay, as long as we do it, I'm okay.
I'd like an ale there myself.
Ooh.
Euphemia asks
in a prison being tortured, and you're going to stop at a cave to get an ale.
Euphemia walks up to Thrall's hip and tugs on his mail. Where's the undead? I thought that was on the way.
It's at the Owlbear Well.
That's the Owl Well. Yes,
it's on the way.
There's no bear in the name, but it may be implied. I don't know.
Okay, that was all she had to ask.
Never miss a chance for an ale. I'm a bit of a brewer myself, you know.
Then brew your own drink. Let's get going.
You know what I hate? We're going to stay here for a day and drink. What do you think? See, I can rhyme. You saw me do it.
Wow. The minute out of a job.
I lean into Ulrich and I say, Dwarf Major, pain in the ass, what can we expect out of your brother's ability to take us through the woods? Should we be following the road?
Whatever he says, if you do the opposite, you'll be fine. I'm absolutely positive of that.
Euphemia, come here, please.
She trots over.
So the dwarves are in disagreement about how we should sally forth. Feelings?
We go with Mr. Thrall. I like that path the best.
Okay, Euphemia, you're in charge. We're going to follow Thrall. Better call Thrall. That's what we're going to do.
All right. So
do we have our steeds?
Yes. It's been about an hour, and he returns with the 3 ponies, the draft horse.
What time of day is it?
Now it was pretty early when he got started because you guys slept. It was afternoon because you slept most of the morning. So it's now about like 3 p.m.
So I say we get going today.
The Sisterhood. What's the Sisterhood's name again?
The Sisterhood's name? So hang on a second.
Her order is which?
On it.
And her name is again?
Her name is
gave us the name of the
Sister
order.
Grally. And
She is of the. She just said the sisters. She didn't actually give her order name.
Are there any men in that group?
I'm going to look for the symbol of an illuminator and see using my history. I think I have history. Let me look. I want to see if this map, they're famous for these kinds of maps or if they bought it. So that is, this is religion, right?
Yes.
Or history. Which one works for you?
Religion is better for that. Yeah.
Good. So I didn't roll high, but I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
An 11.
I got an 11.
Yeah, you're not sure you've heard of them before. There's nothing on her just ringing a bell.
Well, I'm not used to ringing a lady's bell, so that's not surprising to me. So I'm going to just continue to follow Thrall now. How confident am I about the riding ability of the dwarves?
Did you say rhyming or riding?
Either.
Russ.
Yes.
That a pony I didn't like.
Russ, 10 minutes before we leave,
yeah,
I spent 10 minutes ritual casting Speak with Animal, and I've become really good friends with my pony.
Yeah, it looks like one of the dwarves is getting pretty tight with his pony.
Not the kind of friends that some of these other people might be with ponies, but you know.
You can be friends with your ponies, but you shouldn't be friends with your ponies.
I might warn you, my brother really loves his ponies.
Is riding under what skill in fifth? Is it animal handling or is
animal
it its
handling
own skill?
Yeah, animal handling would be the one.
Russ, I'm going to whisper to
there's a separate skill for vehicles, by the way. So cart driving is different than riding a horse. Yes,
Russ, I'm going to whisper to Ulrich's pony that if he shits on Ulrich's bag, I will give him an apple.
Ooh. All right.
Do you want me to animal handle or something? Or
make an animal handling test.
Or persuasion?
And Joe, you can make a perception check if you want to see if you notice these shenanigans. Because you're kind of used to your brother pulling this kind of crap. Literally.
He should have advantage.
Joe, what'd you roll? I missed it.
I rolled a 15.
All right. And John, what'd you do?
Do you want me to? I'm not trying to stealth, so.
That's fine.
But I got a 13 on animal handling.
Okay.
That die looks like a 19 to me, but whatever.
I know, but I'm looking at the list. Okay, so Joe, you feel like your brother's up to something, but you're not quite sure what. And John, you feel like the message got received.
All right.
Taking my backpack, I say to the horse, "Hope it is best. Prepare for the worst."
All right. All right. So you got your faithful steeds here. And who's going to be leading? I need to know two things. One, who's ever leading, I'd like you to use the drawing skill on the map here to draw the rough path you guys are going to try to take.
I'm going to lead unless somebody stops me.
And then also, Euphemia already said that you were leading the way.
So, John, why don't you draw on the map there using the draw thing there? Draw the route you're thinking you guys should take. And I also need to know what marching order is. Are you guys side by side? Are you in a single row? What does it look like roughly?
So two things. I'm always singing and talking to myself in case anybody's trying to make spot checks or if you're trying to be sneaky unless somebody tells me otherwise.
Okay. All right. So Ulrich
I can to do my perception checks, I can actually block them out because I'm so used to it. I don't actually listen to them.
Yeah, actually, he gives you advantage. While he's singing, you perceive better.
That's right.
That's actually what happens.
I see how helpful.
Do you need me to make a survival check?
Yeah, so you're going to go straight to Alwell. Okay, great. And not
what's the marching order?
Which is fine. You don't have to. Just going straight to Alwell.
What's that?
We need the
going
marching
straight to
order.
Alwell,
Too.
no stops at Cave.
Well, I'm leading for now. I don't know what I would assume. Ulrich is behind me.
Yeah, I'll go behind Ulrich.
I'll go.
And then Pyric, and then we should have Karlik bringing up the rear because he can. If somebody jumps us from behind, he can handle himself.
He knows how to lie down and take it.
So if you expand the party section over there, well, actually, I don't think any of you can see this, but I have the marching order is Thrall, Ulrich, Euphemia, Pyric, and then Karlik. Is that correct?
Yeah. Did you see my drawing?
I see your line. Yes,
it's gray. Yeah,
I see it. So you're going straight shot as the crow flies, pretty much from Fandolin to Owlwell. Was that right?
Yeah,
well,
and I have
wasted enough time. We're on the road.
I have a standing order too, Russ, that I want to do. If we encounter anything of any type, my goal is to try to disappear, jump in a bush, jump in some high grass, whatever.
All right. Excellent.
How's that music work? Can you play that thing? You're already good at it.
Are you playing anything that would aid the party there, Druid? A bard, sorry. Are you playing a traveling tune, anything accelerate speed or anything like that? No?
No, just to give us a comfortable ride. I'm confident in Thrall's.
Also, before we left, I got very specific description and directions from everybody involved, especially the auntie on how to find Thundertree.
All right.
I feel like that should give me advantage on my survival check to find the way.
Yeah, that's fair. But make a persuasion check to see how good the information you got was.
What?
Yep. See what happened there?
Why do I have to persuade her?
Well, it's not just her. You said her, the other people.
Oh, the other people, right?
Yeah. This is really just an effort to kind of maybe make a no, do this. Make it a perception check to see if you understood everything everyone said to you. So it's not really persuading.
An insight?
Comprehension.
An insight check?
Insight's fine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right, good. You feel good. So as long as you're going to one of the places these people described, you've got advantage on your survival check.
Excellent.
So
we're headed to Owl's Well.
Yeah,
I probably can smell the undead from here.
Make your survival check there to the Owl Well path, and then I'm going to roll to see if we have any sort of adventures along the way. That's pretty good.
So 23 is my high.
23. All right. Let me see. Percentile. Oh, look at that. 80. All right. You're good. Okay. So it's a pretty uneventful ride. You make good time down the road leading out of Fandolin. No problems there. Once you get to what most people would turn left or right at Tribor Trail, you easily keep going straight. It's a little bit rough terrain here, but Thrall picks a pretty good path and seems to be leading you well up this old way. It looks like there's a little bit worn path, but not very well traveled. On your right is a massive wood that many of you know as the Neverwinter Wood. And you can just barely, you kind of know the high roads off to your west, but you're making pretty good time here. I'm just going to check.
And that wood never will with that attitude.
Yep.
Lucky traveling path.
So
Always
it's going to take you you're going to have to stop for the night at some point before you're going to make it. You feel like you're about halfway and you're going to have to stop for the night. You're right about, I'm going to mark the map here.
Are we close to the cave?
You feel like you're right about here. When it starts to get really dark.
Any.
Well, we could have doubled back to the cave in. Who's leading this thing?
Nobody important.
And how?
All
Russ,
right. Yes.
Russ, I talked to Ulrich's pony again as I go by. But I don't have the spell up, but he's not smart enough to know that at this point.
All right. Okay.
I give him that symbol I showed him.
All right. So you guys are going to break down and camp for the night?
Yep.
Please.
All right. So you guys are breaking down for camp. Joe, as you're starting to get ready and unrolling your bedding, you do find a giant steaming horse apple. Right. He just missed your bag by a little bit. That's the good news. But the bad news, it still really smells now. Really bad.
Well, I'll keep my bag warm tonight.
All right. Russ, once camp is set up,
yep.
I'm going to go to each part of the compass and mark our territory by urinating on each part of the compass.
Okay.
This will keep the beasts away.
Anybody do anything special? John, take a point of inspiration also for pulling a practical joke on your brother.
I'm good.
Anybody need inspiration?
I always need to be inspired.
Are you down inspiration?
I am.
Okay, you can have it.
Inspiration for the long rest, right?
No,
you
that's
don't get
my game. That's
inspiration.
not.
You're not.
No,
Or not?
that's
Okay.
something I do. Right? That's
You
a
gotta earn
house
it.
rule.
Gotcha. So the
That's because he forgets to give it out all the time.
Exactly. That's exactly why I did it, because I'm not as good about giving it out.
so knowing that my brother picked this place to camp, I'm going to spend about half an hour walking about several hundred yards in every direction looking for the ambush that's going to happen tonight.
Okay. You keep stepping in dwarf urine when you're out there.
It's better than horse.
It's good. Spread it around. It'll keep more of the beasts away. Track it all over the place.
Make a perception check. See if you can spot any ambush things.
And
Anybody else doing anything
Euphemia,
special?
yeah, Euphemia's got some stuff she wants to do.
All right.
I got a 20.
Oh, Joe, you're feeling like you are shocked that your brother appears to have picked a pretty good spot. It
This
looks like
place
you're
is
okay.
Deadly.
Yep. Euphemia, what are you doing?
Euphemia breaks out Auntie's second most favorite pot, not her favorite pot.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about halfling pipeweed. I'm talking about the cooking utensil.
Okay.
And she's going to start to cook a meal. She also secreted away a small batch of potatoes. And when Ulrich comes back, she says, Ulrich, if you're able, get us a rabbit. I think the rabbit and potato stew will be very good tonight.
You want Ulrich to do that?
I know he can.
Ulrich? Are you confusing us?
Watch and learn.
No.
Watch and learn. I think most of the buddies can chase away by you.
I lean into Euphemia and I go, I get it, little sister. You just want him to be gone for a long time.
Oh, I think he can really do it.
Yeah, okay.
Bring you back the nice brace of conies you always
Don't
wanted.
get to pray to your God on the way out.
I'm gonna go get my my hand axe and get ready to go chase down some rabbits. Let's go looking.
Okay.
Hey,
Joe.
my bovine friend, do you know how to use that guitar of yours?
Oh yeah.
All right, I reach into my satchel and pull out my bongos. Let's jam.
That's not. You don't really have bongos. It's not part of your body. It changes the bongos or anything.
I do have bongos. It's on my sheet.
All right. So there's a musical jam session going on. The halfling's preparing the broth. Seppi, what is Pyric doing?
It's very clear to me that
Ulrich looks like he's about to go hunting. And Joe, can you make a survival check so I can see how well you're preparing for this?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you.
Go for it.
So I got hand axe.
Ulrich, as he's leaving, I go, Ulrich, when you get lost, just come back to the sound of the drums.
Okay.
I
So
am ready
Pyric,
to go. I got my
Pyric.
helmet, on, shield, hammer, and I'm out looking for him. I got to.
Pyric, your survival
it looks
check
like
that
the
you
most
just rolled?
it looks like the most inept attempt to hunt anything you've ever seen. He's got like the wrong gear. He's going to make a ton of noise. There's no way he's going to get within a quarter mile of a rabbit at this point. It's clear. It's obvious. It is stupidly obvious. This is not going to work.
I've not been built for hunting, but I'll bring you back, little lady. I'll bring you back what you're looking for.
I
So,
know you
Pyric,
can
what are
do
you
it.
going to do? You're seeing Ulrich prepare to wander off into the woods. What are you going to do?
Euphemia.
Yes, Pyric?
For those not watching the video version, Ulrich rolled a 2 on his survival check as he prepared to go hunting.
3 total.
Three. He
Yeah.
got three.
Three, sorry,
How-
3. My
Don't
bad.
short him that extra point.
It's okay.
How excited are we about Dwarf Rescue?
What do you
Because
mean?
we're about to lose another one.
We're about to lose another
Oh,
one.
don't worry. In the morning, when he's not here, he'll catch up because the Soul Forger will show him the light.
Oh.
It is-
Also, I'm a little concerned. I did not know that dwarf urine was gray.
Euphemia,
You got a funny one.
before Ulrich disappears into like the bush to find the conies, Euphemia says, "Get some basil."
So I'm definitely bringing back some sort of plant. It may be basil, it may not be.
All right,
I'm
Joe.
Russ, I'm going to do a quick survival check to see if there's any basil like right next to me.
All right, go for it.
I'm going to find my survival here now. Though.
And
I'm
Joe,
on the wrong-
you can now make their hunting check. It's a survival test. You have disadvantage because you poorly prepared.
Do it.
Is
I got
it
a
nature?
22. Is there basil right next to me?
While Ulrich was wandering off, Thrall literally leans over and plucks a plant next to him, and it's clearly some very nice basil.
Oh, look, a rabbit too. I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank you, Thrall. That's
He
going
was
to go
eating the
very
basil.
well.
All right, here comes ready. You watch
So
me.
you want me to snap his neck?
Disadvantage. So
Oh, it's so close.
a 14
Oh,
Oh.
disadvantage.
and an 11, right? So with your +1 in survival, right?
11.
Yeah, he
That's
had 11, yeah.
total.
So 14
That's
and
good.
11. So the good news is it's not a bad spot to hunt rabbit. So the DC wasn't super high. It just took you a little longer, but you rolled well enough to not embarrass yourself, even with disadvantage. That's the good news. The bad news was it took you a little bit of time. So after about an hour, Ulrich returns with a couple of bunnies. They weren't really the cleanest kills, quite frankly. They're a little messy there, and it probably could have been more meat on the bones. Before
He also
was
killed
done.
them with a hammer.
But he does return with a brace of bunnies. He's a little bit bloody. Looks like he may have fallen down a hill and got a little muddy, but he does actually have the rabbits. No basil, though. Although he does have some kind of herb he's holding, but he appears to be itching a lot while he's holding it.
Yeah, I say go check that with your brother. I'm not sure about that.
Those are definitely rabbits. I've definitely got rabbits. No
He
question
definitely
about it.
did get rabbits.
Also, Euphemia looks around and says, I don't know how to field dress a rabbit. Does anybody know how to prepare it?
I have my hammer. I can make stew out of it. And there's no gain without pain, and it cost me a lot of pain to get this.
Oh, that'll be good. Don't you worry. I brought Auntie's favorite spices. Just don't tell her.
What skill would that be, Resto? I want to know how
Is
competent
it
I am.
survival,
with
the
this.
whip up one, or what?
That'd be survival in the wilderness like this. If you have cooking or anything like that, of course you can use it. I don't think there is that skill running around, but it might be.
I'm going to
You
give
want me
you
to clean them up?
the plant-like things is called basil to me. One man's treasure is another man's junk. Here you go.
I am not particularly good at survival, so I will not volunteer for this.
I'll do it.
Oh,
nat 20. Boom.
All right. So that's good news. So, John, with your skill check, you get one of those handy dandy nat 20 cards. You build a little fortune for yourself there, a little luck. You now have advantage on your next saving throw if you choose to spend this. And of course,
I'll need it for if you guys let Ulrich cook next.
So, Thrall has a perfect recipe for rabbit.
Euphemia.
All right. Enough harassing my brother. Go sit down, Ulrich. Let me take care of this.
All right, Euphemia. Next
No,
time.
you've done a great job. You're a masterful hunter. Now sit down.
Next time, maybe I will assign the tasks. Maybe,
My brother's a
Euphemia.
vegetarian.
That's true. I'm not making it for myself.
Okay.
You know, maybe Dwarf Major is more a stand guard and scare off, like,
True.
encounters person. And Dwarf Minor is more for the woodsy kind of get her done type stuff.
Well-
What do you think there, Euphemia?
Well, he came back with 2. It's perfect.
Okay, then. We'll go with it. This is our new
True.
way of
It's two
doing
more than I
things.
thought he'd come back with.
That's true. How's your jam session going there?
Well, it's over now
Cowlick?
because I'm making rabbit stew.
No, Euphemia only asked you to dress the rabbits. She wants to cook.
She's making it. Oh,
Yes.
even better. I stripped those suckers with a crit, so they're good.
Yeah, they're perfectly prepared rabbits. And
Yes.
in fact, he does such a good job that you can't believe this was the mess that Ulrich carried back a minute ago.
This must be
They were
their
killed
way.
with warhammers.
Aye. Rome wasn't built in a day. Sorry. Vandalin wasn't built in a day.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
All right, excellent.
So
So,
we'll-
you
I
figure
guess
you're going
we'll-
to cook these babies up. You can make a survival test if you want to see how good the dinner is. Anyone else going to do anything besides the cooking and hunting?
Mm.
I'm gonna sharpen my hand axe.
There's
I'm
probably
a little
separate cooking.
concerned that Thrall was correct. Now, Euphemia,
I'm concerned about that too.
there's a lot of
All I've
trouble.
done is proven myself. What is the problem with you all?
No, you let me finish there, Woodsy.
That's irony for you.
Have a hoot.
Free hugger calling me Woodsy.
Okay, then. Normally, I love a bear. I'm famous for loving me some bears, but you need to just calm yourself down, or we're going to see who ends up shitting in the woods. So, All right, then. So there seems to be a lot of trouble out of Phandalin, which the individual parties do not want to take part in solving on their own. Thrallrick was very maybe rude to them, stating their own inability to handle things.
I think the word you're looking for is straightforward.
Yeah, you betcha. And so I was wondering, as you are almost native to Phandalin, what kind of troubles might they have internally? The Red Brands weren't a secret to anybody. Carp knew about them, right? And then they had that terrible accident with the fire. That's very tragic. I'm glad we saved those ladies from going ablaze. I sort of feel bad about the guy that we trapped under his own buddies, and then, that guy set everything on fire and killed that guy too. I'm a little worried about that. But then we have the Iron Gauntlet. Is it Iron Gauntlet?
Not Order of the Gauntlet. Order of the Gauntlet.
The Order of the Gauntlet. They're coming through saying, "Hey, we've got more trouble." We have the Sisters of the Never Willing, just offering up basically nothing.
Sisters with a cross leg.
Sisters of the Never Willing, and then of course the mayor's like, "Hey, I need you to travel out 2 days for an orc problem that is more than 2 days off."
You're so smart. I don't understand anything you said, but it's very important we get to the bottom of this.
Are you asking Euphemia?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking to Euphemia, and is visited Auntie a whole bunch of times.
Seems to me that we agree.
So Euphemia, she says, "Well, Pyric, I was actually been away for a little while, probably about 18 months or so, and I really only know about the Red Brands, which we just took care of most of them. Although they are a large organization, there's probably a lot more. But here, taste this. Do you think this needs more salt?"
I'll try it.
Oh, no, this is delicious. Who prepared these conies?
Well, that was Thrall.
Whoa. Now,
he did a good job, too.
All right. Now, Euphemia, I will, just to be polite, I will never agree with Thrall in public. So we should really just sort of, take it in there. Now, you said you were a member of the Red Brands. Do you feel like we killed any of your friends? I mean,
no.
Do you think the accidental fire accidentally killed some of your friends?
Well, no, I wasn't a member of the Red Brands. I've just been away for 18 months, but I know a lot about the Red Brands.
You confessed to being a member of the Red Brands.
Yeah, but I don't
he
want
did that. He did that in the woods with Karlik, though, not with us.
Yes, but Pyric, I don't want everybody to know that. I'm embarrassed.
Oh,
that's why I escaped.
Yeah, I know. I did find it very embarrassing.
And Auntie doesn't know
kidnapped, and we didn't even kill them.
Yeah, and Auntie certainly doesn't know. They weren't who I thought they were. They had me do things that it's unspeakable. As a matter of fact, I think dinner should be served.
Okay, let's not talk about this. But I'm very concerned that Thrall was right, that these people are getting us involved in things that aren't really forwarding our goals.
Well, I just figured, we started out looking for dwarves. We traveled with dwarves. We now have 2 more dwarves. I think it's just the dwarves are the way to go.
No, oh my gosh, you're right. I should look it up. Not that we've lost 2 dwarves, but we're up 1 dwarf. Oh, Euphemia, this is why you're in charge. I feel like you have the bigger picture. You are wise beyond your years, Euphemia.
Thanks, Pyric. I bet you Karlik's hungry because I think his stomach must be so grumbling. He hasn't said a word.
Karlik is sitting over there trying to figure out how the bugbears are involved in every single one of these quests. And he's got his disguise kit out, and he's trying his darndest to make himself look like a bugbear because he's thinking the only way to get to the bottom of this is infiltration. And I know we're going to find them at the Owl's well. And so I'm getting prepared.
I'm going to aid Karlik in looking like a bugbear.
I'm sorry.
Karlik, make a deception check to see how well your disguise attempts are going.
You have advantage because I'm helping you.
Yeah.
Russ, I have a game question for you too when it's
sure.
my turn.
Let me see. Would this be deception, Russ?
Deception, yes. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good roll.
Why did not his rolls show up on?
I like
They all showed up. He's got 3 of them though.
13 was my
Yeah,
first
but
one. I like
with advantage, his first one was a 14, but his second one was a 19.
Oh, 19. Yeah. So advantage.
He's looking really good. Like he's got some of the rabbit skins in just the right way, and you're like, and if you squint a little bit, he looks a lot like a bugbear, actually. Yeah.
That's
he's not
very
done.
troubling to me.
But he's making pretty good progress.
I
which is
think,
a little
Karlik,
disturbing.
if you stand sideways, you look just like a bugbear.
I'm a sneaky bugbear.
Yeah, that imitation is right on there, Cowlick. Oh my gosh.
These people.
Oh, I am concerned now with how accurate your portrayal of the bugracious bear-like
It makes
beings
sense. He
is.
says he spent a lot of time with them.
I'm pretty sure it looks better because the sun's down and there's no light out. But it looks just like a bugbear except for the horns.
That's true. You're all starting to get a little tired. It is getting late. And you've all sated yourself on the rabbits.
Who's gonna be on
Do we have a
watch?
watch order, or do we need to set?
I was going to ask you guys, what are you
The
doing?
food was delicious. You are the best cook I've ever met.
Thank you, Ulrich. It's because of the rabbits. You picked 2 good ones.
Little lady, you need anything else you ask. I will bring it to you as my best abilities.
Okay.
Euphemia, I think Ulrich has maybe some short-term memory problems. He says the best he's ever. I've heard distinctly now 19 different times.
Ignorance is not face.
Either he spent his entire life under the dwarf miner, or he's really got some sort of cognitive problem.
It's a faith thing of his that they become stronger and more resistance to hammer swings. They hit themselves in the head repeatedly.
Well,
The Soul Forger is very demanding.
Oh yes. Here's the deal: we need to set up watches because we're not in an inn. I don't know if all you. Folks
I think our bugbear should do the first watch.
No. Well, that's fine. But since my understanding of elves are they meditate and they don't actually sleep, is that true?
That's a very personal question there, Thrall.
Well, the point is you only need 4 hours. The rest of us
all
need
day
6.
long.
Are you talking about who I'm going to sleep with? Because that's really not your business.
No, you can play with your glass staff on your own time. I don't care.
Oh no, it's a staff of ice, and when I hold up the staff, I frost it.
Very nice. But I think that you could do the first and the last watch and still have a full rest. Is what I'm
Well, I think the bugbear disguise just needs to be shared, then I will
So
definitely.
You and Karlik can do the first watch. Euphemia and Ulrich can do the second watch, and then myself and you will do the third watch.
I'm more there. I'm on board with that. I did not do anything for the preparing of food, and I feel like Euphemia should definitely have a rest.
Karlik, with your new thing, you took like a perception thing, right? With your new when you raised to 3rd level.
Yes, yeah, perception.
All right, so that gives us, and Euphemia's pretty good at perception, right? Or maybe
No, I'm not. I have a question for Russ on that. I did take perception-based skills for fluff, but my question on that is, in 5th edition, how do we gain different skills? Like if I want to train in perception or insight or something.
Yeah,
So a couple different options. John can chime in with more, but basically when you hit 4th level, you can either increase ability scores. You can increase 1 score twice or 2 scores once. So if you increase a core ability score that affects perception, for example, that would be huge. But there's also feats that help out. So when you get there, you can look at feats as well. And there's a bunch of feats in different areas, and some of them are perception related. Anything else you want to add to that, John?
No, that was it.
And then what I want to do for role-playing purposes, like John is your character or Ulrich, which one has the best perception or insight?
Also, do you
you're gonna make? Are you a community? Are you a comedian in your own community? Because you're hilarious. And you're spot on the delivery.
Yeah, do you have expertise in some of your abilities, don't you, Rafe? Do your abilities?
Yeah. But for role-playing purposes, like if Thrall is more insightful, Euphemia is going to like study and watch.
Thrall is the better. Yes.
Okay. So Euphemia is going to always watch Thrall about what he's doing with perception and insight types of things.
Ulrich is stronger and can get hit more. That's
Okay. All right.
All right.
Is a 9 a -1 or just an 8 a -1?
9 is -1. No.
8 is both -1.
Okay.
10 is 0.
I'm really annoying.
I thought you were role playing that well.
Oh, I think you got to go with your strengths there, Russ.
All right.
No,
So I've got for watches so far. I've got Karlik.
all right,
Karlik and Pyric.
Yep.
It's Karlik, Pyric, Euphemia, Ulrich, and then Pyric, Thrall.
Pyric again, and then Thrall. Okay. All right. So are you guys bedding down for the evening? Anybody doing anything special regarding changing, spells or anything? Or are we all good?
I think I'm good.
During my watch, I'm going to wander outside the camp, about probably 50 feet or so outside the camp, do circles around it.
All right.
I'm gonna think about intently.
Get the mark out of territory.
Snowballing some.
Oh, you already, brother.
All right. Go ahead, and I need each person to make a perception check while they're on watch. So, Karlik, give me your perception check.
Can do.
Oh, I'm helping. Is it better for me to give him advantage or to roll
Well, you're
myself?
sleeping now, or you're meditating.
Oh,
right
no, he's up for both. He
now.
only
Up for
has
both?
to rest.
Yeah, you can assist, so he gets advantage then. But you got a
Elves
19
have this
anyway.
cool meditate thing. They only have to the
All right, that's
long
right.
rest for 4 hours.
That's right. So, Karlik, you're fine. Euphemia, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check? Okay. Ulrich, why don't you make a perception check? All right.
16, baby.
Nice.
Woo!
And
It's
then Pyric and Thrall, you get to do an assisted perception check, Thrall, because Pyric's helping.
Okay.
All right. Sweet.
Hey, Russ.
Yes.
So one of my new skills is Eye for Detail. It says
Yep.
I can use a bonus action to make wisdom, perception. But we don't do that now. That's only when,
That'd be in the middle of combat.
All right.
So you could not spend an action to do that kind of stuff.
or I can make an intelligence investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Nice.
But that's not now to like see a clue, right? That's more
No,
perception.
that'd be more like
Yeah,
in the middle
okay.
of, in the middle of stuff's happening.
Right back. So-
All right. So, good news. There were a couple of things skirting the camp. Looks like predators of some kind, but you guys were all able to kind of see them coming and make the right moves to scare them off. So good job there.
The year.
And morning comes. So are you guys going to pack up camp and keep going? Anything else we're doing before we hit the road again?
Thrall.
We're on the road.
I'm very impressed that your gray creeping ooze kept all the critters at bay.
There's a certain odor that keeps them away, I say, every day.
Yeah, I'm really not sure how you get things internally that color. That's not natural. You understand that, my druid friend.
It's very common for city folk to not understand the wilds. It's all right.
Oh, I'm not city folk.
Well, comparatively, relatively speaking.
Okay, how many trees do I need to talk about before you realize this?
Trees are such a small part of the world.
That's true. You dwarves like to go places where there are no trees. Tell me more about this mine your family has. I'm very intrigued.
It's probably better if you just see it.
Okay, then.
All right.
I'll
That's-
tell you
I
As
don't
you're
know
hitting the
anything
road,
about it.
Thrall, why don't you go ahead and make a survival check again with advantage because you're heading towards a place that was described by the folks. But make that survival check to see how well you lead the party down the next part of the trail here.
And if you're Grace, if you'd like to hear about the wave motion cannon, I will tell you all about it. Or the wave echo cannon, cave canyon.
All right, nice.
I as I go by to lead Pyric, I lean in and say, "Remember how many times he's been hit by the hammer?" And I just keep riding on.
I'm taking note.
Okay, so as Ulrich prepares to share all of you his notes, his thoughts on his family's mine, you make good progress down the very small and hard to identify trail, but but Thrall seems doing a pretty good job of keeping you on track. Joe, do you want to share any stories before?
Yeah. So, hold on a second so I can refresh my memory myself. So
the scene from Forrest Gump. He's like, there's iron mines and silver mines.
Right,
and
so Grace,
mines.
I got a belly full of proverbs, and one of them is that my brother should be quiet. Now, moving on.
He doesn't listen.
Cave mine was once a great mine held by the dwarves and brought glory to our clan. Great, large glory.
Is that the kind of glory that ends up with you in prison? Like, what kind of glory hole are we talking about?
What ends up getting us, it was a type of glory that brings all races together in harmony, with a great forge to bring us magic and magic items and weapons, the type never seen before in the last 5 or 10 years. When we lost this, unfortunately, when a bunch of, I'm reading this real quick, so give me a second if I screw it up. It's all because I'm stupid. We were all taken over by a bunch, we lost it with a bunch of, when it was invaded by creatures.
Ulrich, I'm interested. Is this forge blessed by the Soul Forger themselves, or is this sort of like a ruin forge by your enchanters, or both?
Right. It's an actual forge, which, if you combine it with that of the Allfather, the mighty Morden himself, the Soul Forger, creates even better weapons, as you can imagine. But it itself is naturally magic.
Oh, but this is not a place of pilgrimage.
It's a pilgrimage if you're anybody that can forge weapons or magic items. It is.
Can you do that?
The actual mine itself is supposedly very wonderful and pretty.
Ulrich, are you a skilled craftsman of magical items?
If you consider beer magical, then yes, I am.
Sometimes I do. Yes, absolutely.
I'm a brewer of no small renown. Matter of fact, at least I made several batches. My family's told me that I'm quite the drinker.
I know there's dwarves usually come in bunches of 7. And we've met 4. We now know of 4 of you. Is there 3 more of you? And is any one of you?
There are 5 of us. 5 altogether.
There's 5 altogether. 5.
And 4 siblings. And one of them is, as you met, is Adric.
Aldrich. A brother's name is Aldrich.
I'm sorry, what was that? And then there's that
My
one.
brother's name is Aldrich.
Who's Adric?
Aldrich.
Oh, it's Adric.
It's Adric.
Adric.
You know,
We traveled with him.
I'm reading it right now. It's Adric. Adric, Ulrich, you, and Gwynnis.
Okay, then. That clears it all up. Thank you.
The problem with this forge, Pyric, the problem with this forge is it can be used by anyone.
Oh, so it is not Morden's forge.
A great glorious forge, which can be used by anyone, but in the hands of a dwarf, it is even greater. Of course, that with dwarves and elves together, as you can imagine, it'd be like how.
I always think things are better when you toss some dwarves into the mix. I've been known to toss a dwarf here and there. It happens. So let's talk about where is this Thrall? Where is this on our journey? Is this someplace close?
I don't know the location of it, unfortunately.
So we're counting on Ulrich to find us there, are we?
No, the map that is missing knows the location of it.
Oh, that's why they want the map. That pieces a lot together.
Yes, very good, very good.
Euphemia, that pieces a lot together. Are we sure? And I hold up the case that's empty. The map that's supposed to be in this case.
It was in Grunden's hands.
Oh,
yes.
It's all coming together.
Okay, then. That was a more useful conversation than I expected.
I agree.
Every time you speak magic,
the conversation was so compelling and so,
Gripping.
knowledge filled, and really brought everything into clarity for you so well, and summarized basically the entire story thus far. the good part was you were so enraptured by this, time flew by. And before you know it, Thrall says, Thrall, you start to feel like you're there. Like you feel like you're starting to approach this hill.
You all smell that.
Like,
I smell undead. Oh wait, maybe it's Ulrich.
Oh,
you got to again, do you?
Thrall, I generally like men to tell me when they're close to being there. You should have given us a little warning.
So as you come over a crest, over a low ridge, you spy a crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amid rugged hills. The place is so old that the walls are only mounds of rubble enclosing a courtyard of sorts. And adjacent to this broken stump of an old tower, there's a colorful tent that's been erected in the middle of the courtyard, but no one's in sight right now. And let me kind of give you a layout of the land, if you will. So you can kind of get
Is that like a mining tent or something? Because they said there were miners here, right?
They said that there were some miners in the area being disturbed by whatever's going on here. And so
this is the Iron Gauntlets, or the Order of the Gauntlets quest, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. He said there was some kind of activity. Undead were sighted, and it was causing problems up near the old Owl Well. So you guys, right now, you're coming in from the right side of the screen there. You see a little path there, and I got you guys in marching order, as you can see. And
I think it's best if we leave the steeds here.
Ulrich, stay back. No, Thelric, stay back. I'm going to use that divine sense for us.
Yes. What's it do?
I put it up in the thing. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in my ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of my next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type, celestial, fiend, or undead, of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity, vampire or whatnot, with the same radius. You also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell. You use this feature a number of times, blah, 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 blah. That's it.
What's the duration?
It's one turn for this turn.
So you kind of send out your pulse,
Yep.
and you don't feel anything, but it's 60 feet, right? So
Yeah, it's 12 squares. Right?
Yeah,
Unless-
so-
yeah.
Yeah, but isn't one
if
turn
these are
10
5-foot
rounds?
squares? Are these 10-foot or 5-foot?
these are 5-foot squares.
On my next turn, it's my next rate. It's my next turn rate, so it's 6 seconds.
Okay.
It's my action that turn, and I'm gonna do it again once we see that little doorway there. I'm gonna do it again. See where the well
Ping
is.
it. Hold your cursor down where you're going to do it. Hold the left mouse button down wherever you want to ping.
The left there.
There you go. When you get to the well, actually,
Yeah, we get to the well. I'm gonna look down the well and do it, and hit this whole room, bad boy.
So why don't we move? Why don't we kind of start walking up there? So John, you're in the lead. Give yourself one movement and show me where you're going. Are you guys dismounting first of all?
I'm gonna. Yeah. Are there any shrubbery nearby that we can tie these horses up?
Sure. Yeah. There's some. You can make it.
All right. I'm dismounting and leave. I don't know if I want to leave it right there though. I'm gonna leave my horse here.
My horse crapped in my backpack. He's staying right there.
He did. Actually, there was another smoldering mound in the morning too. It was annoying on your sleeping bag.
That was me. All right. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3,
easy, pirate.
4, 5. That's my base movement.
All right. So that's where Thrall goes, and we're just going to go in marching order here for the moment. And then Ulrich, what are you going to
You
do?
can go that way if you want, pirate.
He said marching order. I'm just gonna let
Well, I just want to give action so that we see what happens as people discover stuff. So you,
Right.
what are you going to do?
Beam me up.
You get one move. So they're moving in here on. For those following along in video, you can see what's happening here. But basically, the party is approaching these old ruins on the top of this low hill.
They all dismounted, did they?
They did. Yes,
Yep.
They left their horses back there.
All right. I'm the only person who got his associate's degree in Elven accounting. I understand that these horses and all the goods that I have are worth more than they are. And so I will ask Cowlick if he'll help me, because I think 5 horses is a little too much. Lead the horses up, because we cannot just lead them.
All right.
Yeah.
Cowlick, can you help me with this?
Yes. To
Okay.
adventure and tying up the ponies first.
Right. So
Where are you planning on going? You
we're
can
going to
ping
go
where you're
halfway
going.
up with the horses.
All right. Are you going to tie them there? Or are you going to keep walking up with the horses?
We're going to walk up a little bit, but give them a little distance. If
So,
Cowlick
Karlik, where are
doesn't
you?
mind.
Move yourself to where you are, Karlik.
Pirik, follow me to the bush.
Yes. Yes. Not the first time a Minotaur has asked me to do this. And I will say to you what I said before. Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So, so far, everything seems, the whole place seems abandoned. Although, let's see, who can see what? Euphemia, why don't you make a perception check?
All right.
And Ulrich, why don't you make a perception check?
You got it. Oops. Perception. Boom. You know it, baby. Look at that.
Nice. All right.
Oh,
Nothing gets by this dwarf. Nothing.
Did mine come out?
Yeah, you got a 7.
You gotta
Yeah. You're not feeling like you know what's going on here. Joe, you see, Ulrich sees through the gaps there in the wall near you, you know, like right through this and then through some of these. You get a pretty good look at that tent. And as ancient and as old as these ruins are, that tent is like in really good condition and quite stylish and quite new and pretty high quality. It's like someone's got a little bit of money.
Right.
Also,
Valric, hold up.
what's that?
Valric, hold up. If your face is ugly, you cannot blame the mirror. Look in that way.
You're seeing lots of sort of shuffling footprints because you rolled really well right in this area here where I'm pinging.
Move again?
Yeah, go ahead. Same marching order. So go ahead first. Thrall, you go first.
Fit through here, Russ? Can we fit
What's
through
that?
here? We fit through here?
You could, yeah. The next
already
area
gone,
might
so-
be tight though. This area in
Go
here might be
ahead,
a little tight.
Ulrich.
That might be tight. Like, do you think I can get through it?
You'd have to you have to kind of squeeze through, so there'd be some
Okay.
kind of check involved. Probably a little strength check, maybe, or if you think you can climb it, some acrobatics or something. Going that way? Okay. Euphemia, which way are you going?
I'm going to go the way Ulrich just tried to go.
Okay.
1, 2,
You're smaller, so it could be a
4,
little easier.
5. And then
You can also shoot through there.
she's going to use her bonus action or the rest of her action to hide.
Yep.
And then, so I'll make that check. I have to switch screens. And then also going to investigate the area where Ulrich found the footprints.
Well, isn't investigate a bonus action or hiding's a bonus action? You only get one of those. So
Well, I moved,
Oh, yeah.
so
He can do
Go
a
ahead, John.
bonus regular, though, because he has that special
Yeah,
ability.
he hasn't done his
that's
action,
right.
so-
Oh yeah, that's right. You can.
yeah. Sorry, I said bonus, but I should have done.
No, but
like-
yep, but Joe's right. So what are you doing? So you're hiding. So make your stealth check.
So I moved, hide, and then going to investigate.
All right, give me a stealth check and then give me an investigation check.
All right, stealth coming at you.
That's pretty solid. Investigation, not so solid. So yeah, so you're feeling pretty good about your hiding situation. You're not really noticing much going on out here so much, except again, you also perceive that the tent, really high quality and very shiny. The front flap is closed though, so you can't really see inside of it.
Okie doke.
All right. Pyric and Karlik, what are you guys doing?
I'm following Cowlick because he said, follow me to the bush.
All right, Karlik, where are you going?
All right, so Karlik's going to start singing his new song, Killing Bugbears 7 days a week.
Okay.
Advance to the bush here, start to tie up the ponies, and I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Harlock, are you still dressed like a bugbear?
I am still dressed like a bugbear. Because
Awesome.
obviously they got to be in charge of whatever's going on here.
The undead bugbears?
If you're gonna dress like a bugbear, I'm gonna ask you wear something identifiable so I don't attack you.
That's happening. Use Ulrich.
I think he should wear more cowbell.
All right.
So it looks like can I see a move and then a tie? Do you think I can also do Detect Thoughts, Russ, or no?
You can use detect thoughts. Well, if you're going to tie up multiple horses, you probably can't get off detect thoughts and that. I would give you one horse as a bonus action, but not like 3.
Yeah, I'll just dutifully tie up the.
Do you have to be able to see him to detect? His
detect
or
thoughts
no?
needs to be line of sight. You got to pick a person. So
I don't know that. I'm asking. I don't know that.
Yeah,
it's 30 feet, but it's blocked by 2 feet of stone. So I think
okay.
where I'm positioned, I wouldn't get much at this point.
Yeah, I think you're not in a good spot for that.
Yeah,
but okay, great. So you're tying up the horses.
Randomly, you can just blanket for thoughts rather than.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome. And Pyric, what are you doing?
There are so many ponies.
There are a lot of ponies.
I'm going to make sure that they are not going away anywhere.
All right. So you're tying up the horses. Excellent. And we're doing fine here. Everything's great. Okay. Let's go back to Thrall. You're in front there. What are you going to do still?
All right, I'm going to peer around the corner here as I approach, and I'm moving stealthily, and I am going to try to see what's going on when I peer around the corner.
All right, make a perception check.
Do you want a stealth check too, or no?
Yes, I would like both.
Because I am wearing armor, so it's not going to be as stealthy when I get there.
Well, I'm not that stealthy either. So that's
you're making a little noise. And then what about your perception check? Oh, that's good. Okay. Sure. So what you see is you see inside this tower as you get around the corner here, and you see a lot of sort of these like humanoid creatures. Their flesh is kind of falling off of their body, and their hair is half kind of decomposing, and they're kind of like emaciated and skeletal, and they're kind of like just kind of moseying around. You can make out like sort of like 5 from where you are inside that thing.
I go.
Do you see them on the map there, John?
Yeah, I see them.
Right.
I found your undead, Oleg. It's time to get down to business.
I'm going to step right there.
And I'm going to cast Barkskin on myself.
All right.
I'll push it in this thing. I don't know if it'll do anything.
All right. So you can cast Barkskin.
I can do this. There you go. Ding.
There you go. Lovely. That's an action, but that was fine. So you can pull that off.
Oh, do I not have an action? I can wait.
I think you're okay because you did stealthy movement, which is fine.
So...
And you did a bonus in a spot check. That's fine. All right. So Joe, what are you doing?
So I'm stepping forward there, and so I can look at them.
Yep.
Do I have any idea what they are? I mean, being a paladin and all.
Yeah. So sure, make a let's see. Why don't you make a wisdom check? Unless you've got any kind of. Do you have like anything more? Any other skills that might help you know about these sorts of things?
Just religion.
Religion would work.
Let's do religion. Yeah, baby, you know it. -1.
Yeah, these are what some call zombies.
If I use my hammer on it, would it be better to use my hammer or my axe? Would I know that? Does it make a difference?
Here's a picture. That's what they look like right there. There you go. There's one. Except there's more than one.
Nice vest.
What was your question, Joe?
Would I know if it's better to use a hammer or an axe? Would I use my regular hammer? It doesn't make a difference.
Would you roll there?
17 total.
Let's see here. 17's pretty good. You've heard a rumor that poison doesn't work on them, so not a good call. You feel like all weapons should be pretty effective, but don't be fooled. Just because you knock them down, sometimes they get back up again.
I know the song.
All right. So, Joe, you've walked up. You did a perception check, which is basically your bonus action. You still got an action left. What do you want to do? We're going to roll initiative in a minute here, but
I am going to.
We're going to finish this round out.
Yeah, I am going to cast protection from good and evil on myself.
All right. Ooh, nice. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to get a protection of 1 action, and it's up to 10 minutes. So protection from getting evil, they get disadvantage attacking me.
And how long does that last for?
10 minutes.
I'll give you a little glowy symbol there.
Awesome.
All right. All right. That was Joe. Euphemia, what are you doing? You're hiding in there. You can't actually see these guys yet.
Okay. Then I'm going to do what Euphemia would have done. What time of day is it?
You started in the morning. It took you about half the day to get here, so it's about lunchtime.
Are there any? Well, I'll just do what I would do normally. All right. Euphemia is going to move stealthily and hide right here, trying to move to the back of this tent. I forget how to ping.
Okay. Hold your left button down. Just click and hold where you want to ping. Just so that's how I see it. So there you go. Okay, make a stealth check as you go across there.
Okay.
Your feet.
Nice. Nobody notices the halfling.
Nope. And what's your speed, Rafe? Can you make it all the way behind the tent? How many?
I should be able to. That was 2.
Yep. All right. So stealth on the way over.
Well, hold on. That was 1, 2, 3. No. 4, 5. I can only go there, but that's just a single move. I can double move, right?
Yeah, but if you run, I would reduce your stealth check. So
if you
want to stay sneaky, don't run.
But what about my bonus action?
Yeah. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, you can bonus your way in there.
Okay.
Nice.
Normally, you can only move half, but you do eventually get things where you don't have to move it half and stay stealthy. I think
That's what I was wondering too.
I know
That
Rangers get it. I don't know about rogues.
Dash and move and fill your action.
But you can half move and half move. So is that still enough to get
you
there?
basically get your full move if you dashed and can be hidden.
1, 2, 3. I'd only get this far.
All right. Is that fine? Is that where you want to stop?
Yep.
Or you can stop?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Perfect. That's pretty good.
Kind of have
And
your
then-
back up against the tent.
As you go across there, Rafe, make a perception check.
Okay. And then my action was going to be I want to try to peek underneath the tent. So that was my move, bonus move, and then peek.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but make a perception check for how the whole peeking situation goes, plus the other things you're going to see in a minute here, probably.
Do you want 2 or 1?
One's enough.
Your persuasion.
Oh.
You did persuasion. That's not it. All right. So your perception wasn't a great roll, but it wasn't that hard. You can see this tower is literally full of these sort of crazy looking things. Also, as you peek under the tent, you with your perception roll is not very good, and you're having trouble seeing past. It looks like there's some furniture in there, and it looks like a piece is pushed up right where you happen to be looking under the tent, and you're not seeing anything.
Okay.
All right. That was the halfling. Pyric and Karluk, what are you guys doing? You guys still don't see anything that's going on.
One,
your friends are
two. I'm like looking for Euphemia. I usually think danger happens when Euphemia just opens up a door.
Yeah.
Right. She's just like, okay, danger time. And so I'm like, but she hasn't made any noises. So I'm just going to join in this. Do I see these now?
Well, make a perception check there.
Oh, make a perception check. I'm really looking hard. So I'm going to use my inspiration.
Excellent. Roll with advantage.
Because that's how I roll.
That's nice.
Okay, then. Perception. I'm not that bad at perception. Here we go. And
all right, 6, but you got advantage, so when it helps.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you see a few things. You actually do manage to spot Euphemia over there by the tent.
That's important.
So see more than a couple of these creatures, these zombies in here. Now you can't see them all, but you see like the 2 or 3, and you get the feeling with that kind of roll. You just have a general feeling there's a lot mulling about in there, but you can't get a good just because your angle's hard.
Do I still get an action? Because I haven't taken one.
You do.
Okay.
To spot.
This is the dream. I take the white polished stone that I've been waiting, and I've been concentrating on this entire journey. I feel like I was ready for a breakthrough, and I'm ready to snowball some dudes.
All right.
So I wrap my hands around it, and then I toss it up in the air, and where it lands magically, because it's part of the spelling, it is going to then be blasted by everything with my snowballs. And so that is anywhere within 90 feet. I'm going to drop that right here if I remember how to use the UI.
Well, you can't. You need line of sight, though, right?
No.
No?
Grace pulls a pair of balls out.
No.
Oh, wow. What's this
It's
spell called?
anywhere within.
Can you put the spell up in the chat thing?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And so.
Is it Snowball Swarm?
Yeah, Snowball Swarm. Snowball Swarm.
All right, hang on.
Might need line of sight for the. But you could still put it. But Seppi, you could put it here at worst case scenario.
Well,
right.
what I care about is knowing how the mechanic works.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to link the spell. How did I do that? Where is the link?
So
again?
you do need line of sight unless it otherwise says. So
I didn't know.
But still, you can do what you want. You can just got to shoot the edge of the zombie pool. You can't shoot the middle of the zombie pool. But you could shoot like right where you're pinging, right in here, which is still pretty good. It's a 5-foot radius. It has to have line of sight, or
you
need line of sight, but you could shoot here and you get 3 of them at least because 5-foot radius, 5, 10, 15.
What about? Can I hit it here and get 5 of them?
Where would you want to shoot? Ping. Show me.
This one.
Oh yeah, you could do that too. That's a better spot. Yeah, you can do that if you want.
I would love to do that.
All right. Each person gets a dexterity saving throw. They're going to take 3d6. What? All right. Okay, here we go. So,
did I successfully link it in? Was I supposed to do this?
I haven't seen it yet.
I can.
Should be able
to successfully link it.
Yes.
It's a point you choose within range, so you have to be able to see the point.
Yeah, you need line of sight, which is what I said.
So okay, that's great.
Right here.
Thank you for teaching me. That's what I care about.
So you're good. So so you're going to go ahead and roll those. We're going to roll 3d6 once. So we're just going to apply to everybody who doesn't make their save. If they make their save, they take half. Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll that 3d6. Nice. So that's going to be 9 points of damage to someone who fails. And then what's your DC of your spells there?
13. I think.
Right above it.
Yep, 13. Okay. So here comes the first zombie. Oh, I don't know. Why does it roll 2? I hate when it does that. The first zombie's going to roll 1. The first zombie, nope. So he takes takes 9 points of damage. And then the next zombie makes a save.
No.
And he also fails. So he takes 9 points of damage. Snowball's just blasting in here. And then the next zombie, he fails. He takes 9 points of damage. And the next zombie, he also fails, takes 9 points of damage.
Power of the Lord.
And the last zombie, he also fails. They're not very good at
the power of the Nord.
So the snowballs slam into the zombies and just snow flies everywhere. They look like a tree hugger. Is there any other ancillary effects besides just getting hit by 3d6 damage of? Nope. No, but they're just a mess. So
they're just a mess. I get to feel very powerful. Is that a bonus? I feel very powerful now.
Yeah, you do feel powerful as a bonus action.
My goal is to get them to come in my direction because I know there's a mass of other folks. Is using the staff a bonus action, or is it something
No, the staff isn't. Unless the staff says it's a bonus action, it's not.
So it's the shield spell, right?
The shield spell is a bonus action.
No, shield spell is a reaction.
Yeah, one of them's a reaction. Read the staff. It tells you how it works.
Real quick, Seppi, the way shield works is when somebody attacks you. Now, you're supposed to choose before you see the roll, but Russ is rolling openly, so that makes it a little awkward. But before you see the result, you decide if you're going to put up the shield spell. It gives you 5 additional AC, and that 5 AC lasts all the way back to your turn.
No, it's good.
So whole round. So as many as people are going to attack you, like if you block the first one and 6 people are going to attack you, you have it against all of them.
All right. So I was shimmying forward, looking for Euphemia, and then I saw these, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing this with the spell." But now that the spell has gone off and I'm a little spent, I'm like, "Cowlick, can you come here, please?"
All right.
What was that?
Nice. Okay. I'm just checking things. Okay. So none of the zombies, for those of you who can see those guys, none of them look bloodied, but they do look snowy.
Oh, God.
All right. So moving right along, we're going to do initiative in a second, but Karluk, are you just going to run up? Are you walking or running, Karluk?
That was a move action, so six
All right.
squares.
What would you like to do?
action.
Move.
Why don't you make so you saw Pyric do something and mention the Nord, and you saw a bunch of snowballs just shoot out across the courtyard there in the direction of the tower. So you don't even really need a perception check to be aware that there's something going on over there. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Kalik just can't help himself, and just bursting from him is a story of Moradin and his children and how they were contentious, but they came together to fight a great mob of goblins. And I'll spend one move action to get there, and then 2 bonus actions to Bardic inspire the 2 brothers, Ulrich and Thrall.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, take a point of
Yay,
inspiration.
Josh is the
That's
best.
all right. Get them to work together, even at a story. Yeah, take a point of inspiration.
Dan, is that a D6 right now or a D8?
It's a D6 yet. Yep.
D6? Okay.
What does that do? What does that mean when I'm inspired?
You can use it for a save or a combat, right? Attack?
Yeah, you
Or
can add it to a D20 roll on an attack roll or a save, or even a skill check.
Or skill
Yeah.
check.
So whenever you roll a D20, Joe, you can choose after you roll it to then use that D6 and roll to add it to your result.
Have it for a minute, right?
For 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Wow.
You get to use it once.
Pretty awesome.
You can also, because I'm combat specialized now, you can use it for damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yep.
And is it just
so
for
you're
the
feeling-
Dwarf Brothers?
You're
or is
both
it for
feeling
everybody?
charged up like the
Well,
ancient.
he can only give it to one person at a time, and he
Right.
used both his things to do it. So
That's great. You guys go for it.
All right, nice. All right, so
Singing
now
along to the tune he's playing.
I need everybody to start rolling initiative. So
Again, I really appreciate you guys helping me learn the rules.
no problem. All right. The zombies get a 0, so they're great. I'm going to use all the zombies together just to make things go faster. Okay, so I see Karluk's in there. Anybody else rolled initiative yet?
Oh, I
did.
rolled.
got a 9.
we all rolled it, but you look at the thing, Russ, but it didn't all pop in. I don't know why.
That's weird. Only Karluk does that. Kind of funny.
I got, yeah, everybody's in there.
All right, I'll fix it. So let's see. Pyric, we'll add you to the turn order. Gotta figure that part out. Pyric, you rolled a
9.
9. All right, great. And then let's see. Karluk. Let me add here. Let me add Thrall, you got in there, and you got a
15.16. Yeah.
And then let's see. Whoops. We've got now Ulrich's in there, and Ulrich, you got a 13.
13
And-
behind Euphemia. Euphemia would go first.
Yep. And then Euphemia, add her in there. And Euphemia was a 13 also.
Correct.
I'll give her a 13 point. 13 also. All right. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Let me just organize this.
Nice.
All right. Okay. All right. Thrall, you are first on the list. What are you going to do?
I whisper to Ulrich so none of the rest of the party can hear. I say, brother, be prepared for a caster. These do not move on their own. And
There's no caster here.
Take a point of inspiration, Joe. Because I know you as a player now. That's just excellent. All right. All right.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. All right. What are you doing, John?
I'm ignoring my brother's idiocy, and then I'm moving forward.
Yeah, you fail that.
No, he gets advantage.
That's right.
All right.
You fail to ignore your brother.
I'm super charismatic. Correct. I'm super charisma and wisdom. Intelligence is right in the bottom of the barrel.
All right.
You took this dump stat very, very, very much to heart.
All right. Is that what else you doing there, John? You're dancing, I see.
I am going to move to there. That was 5, right? Or is that too
Yep.
many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And I will hold an action for Thunder Wave if it can get at least 3 targets in there.
All right, 3 targets for Thunder Wave. Check. Karluk, what are you going to do?
Oh man. Can I fit through this debris? Is it just half move to get across?
You'd have to either make a strength check to squeeze through or some form of acrobatics to climb over.
Oh yeah.
Because you're
big.
Acrobatics
all the way. You're going to watch me cartwheel right through here. Here comes Karluk.
You're going to pommel horse it right over.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh, my.
Oh. Okay.
I think he's stuck.
Well, you said acrobatics, not strength, right?
I said acrobatics. I got
yeah. So you try to climb over, but unfortunately, you get halfway up and slide back down. So you're stuck on this side of the wall still, and you've used half your movement so far.
There's a horn stuck in the wall over there.
I think your bugbear disguise might not be the best for athletics.
Yeah, the fur from the disguise got a little bit in your way there.
Callic's going to try to ignore Pyrrhic and get back through. So
many people have tried.
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
16. That's better. All right. So it takes your rest of your movement to get over, but you do make it over the wall now. So you're on the other side of the wall now.
All right. Excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and cast Detect Thoughts and try to see if there's any thoughts. So if you're intelligence 3 or higher.
And what's the radius?
In the tent, 60 feet.
Oh,
yeah.
Ulrich, you don't show up on that spell.
60 or 30.
Out a bit.
You get
there we go.
This is why we enslave people. What interruption is happening now?
There's somebody in there, Euphemia. Bonus action, inspire Euphemia. And I do a little charging horn sound. Do.
You play it out of your actual horn?
Euphemia.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give some bardic inspiration symbols on people here. So they need music notes as an icon. I got to fix that. So I'm going to do the glow here for Euphemia, and then also both the dwarves have it too, right? So a little.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Okay. Nice. And it is Euphemia's turn. Euphemia, you're feeling inspired.
Yep. Due to the inspiration, Euphemia looks at Karluk, gives him the thumbs up, then looks at Pyrrhic, and then, since he and I have been band of brothers and sisters the longest, he will understand my hand signals. I go like this, and then this, which means I'm going in the tent, and this means if I'm not out in 10 minutes, I'm in trouble.
10 minutes is a long time. Okay.
All right.
Hey.
All right. And then Russ, what I want to do is lift the tent.
Yeah.
See if there's a place I can roll over and hide. I don't want to just roll into 5 people, So if there isn't a place I can hide, I'm going to lower the tent back down.
All right. So make a perception check as you open the tent to try to get a good view in there.
Sorry, dealing with one screen. It's taking me longer.
Oh, Euphemia, don't go charging those zombies.
Oh, dear. So you had that problem last time when you opened the tent up and you saw the furniture. So you try a different spot. But again, you're looking right at a rolled carpet. And you're like, I can't get a good view in there.
All right.
You're kind of guessing where to open. You're not getting a good job on this tent peeking in thing.
Then that's then I'll just hold my action from there.
All right. You want to declare what you're holding it for?
Yeah, if the zombies
the trigger,
if the zombies come running out and get close to the well, I'll shoot my bow.
Okay, so you got your bow out. All right. Ulrich.
Is this where I'm pinging? Is that the entrance to the tent?
That appears to be the tent flap. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to ready an action that if anything comes out of that tent flap, it's going to get a hammer to the face.
All right. Okay.
Also say a bit of impatience will ruin big plans, and be patient as well my hammer. That's
excellent.
My thought.
Nice. All right. Pyric, you're up.
Okay. How confident am I in this debris in stopping zombies from chomping on me? I mean, it stopped a full bugbear from climbing over successfully.
They look a little bit thinner than the Minotaur, but so they might be able to squeeze through, but they don't look super strong, or they look very not good at anything requiring.
All right, so
dexterity.
I'm going to double down on the offense, and I will ready another barrage of snowballs. But this time I'm gonna do a trick casting of it. I'm going to toss the stone. Instead of it being a barrage, I'm gonna toss the stone. It's gonna bounce and get to that square where the first one is, and then it's gonna explode like a claymore of fire of snowballs.
So you're still targeting the same spot, or you're gonna hold your action until they come out and try to get as many guys as you can?
No, I'm gonna double down. I really want them to come at us, or me specifically.
So are you gonna shoot in the same spot again, basically?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Roll your 3d6 of you're gonna get those same five guys there. Roll your 3d6 of damage. Say
that would be great. Hopefully this will do it.
So again, a fury of snowballs shoot out from Pyric and center right in there in the middle of the. Oh, that's pretty
a little better.
That's 12. That's pretty nasty. All right, let's start with some zombie saves again. No,
he explodes.
No, he's in trouble. In fact, the one in the corner just like gets hit by a bunch of snow and like his limbs pop off and he just falls to the ground. It looks like he's well, it's a little hard to see exactly what's going on there, but he seems to have dropped. So I'm going to put a little symbol on him like that. And then the guy next to him, he also tries to make a little dodge there to get out of the way. And, he does. So he takes half. So it's 12. So he'll take 6. All right. That does, however, officially make him bloodied. So I'll put a little red dot on him. His buddy next to him also tries to make a save. What's your DC again?
13.
Yeah, no, he doesn't make it. So he is in bad shape. He's also bloodied, but he's still alive. He's not alive. I mean, that's the wrong word, but he still seems to be moving.
Still animated.
His guy next to him also takes 12, the full blast of the snowballs, and he is also looking like he's in really bad shape, but still shambling about. And the last zombie there, he's going to try to have a good day. Oh, nat 20. He looks like he barely takes anything. He's still doing all right.
Okay.
All right. So one is down, looks like, from your position. 3 of them are a mess. Actually, even the 4th one is also really starting to lose body parts and all frosty, and his intestines are starting to come out even more. It's looking pretty bad. So nice shot there, Pyric. Okay. It is. Oops. Siri's trying to tell me things. All right. It's the zombies' turn. Here they come. Finally. And their speed is 20. So, okay. So here we go. So the first zombie comes out. Their speed is 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Heads right for the well there. And John, you said you're going to go and you get at least 3, right? So 5.
Yep. Also, I can go too because I said when one reaches the well.
15,
so just let me know.
Yep. 20. So we can pause in a minute here. And 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Here they come. They're coming out towards the well here.
Yeah, I'll keep waiting if I can. There's at least 3.
Rafe, you firing now?
I didn't mean to. I was hovering over it.
This guy, the guy that looked like he might have been blown apart, he has to do a little quick thing here. I'll keep rolling advantage. I hate that. I turn that off. He took 12. Nope, he doesn't make it. He's not going to be getting back up. He's dead. So, nice. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, John, your condition's been met. I'm thinking your thunder wave's going to go off.
So I'm going to do this. So I'll ping at the corners.
Yep.
So I'm hitting these 9 blocks. So the one guy's going to be out of it. So it'll be the 4 of them get hit by Thunderwave.
So this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Correct.
All right.
All right. So I'll go ahead and do it on my sheet here. So it's going to roll it, and it'll give you the save and everything.
All right, there's the DC. Look at that.
So it did 12 damage.
12 damage with a DC 14.
DC
If they
14
make it,
Constitution save.
and if they make it, they get 0.
If they make it, they take half.
All right. So, okay, here we go. Constitution saves. Here we go. Here comes the first one. He makes it, but actually, he said they're going to take half.
So they take 6, yeah.
6, so he's got to make it again. He's blown apart. And then this guy up here tries to make the save to see if he takes half. He's +3, so he does take half. So, but then he would still be below 0, but he's got to do his little zombie Constitution save. He also fails that. Oh, no, he doesn't. He passes that. So he's still at 1 hit point. So you should have blasted him apart, but somehow he stays together and he's there. And this guy down here, he's going to make his save against your
Which one
attack.
was that one, Russ?
I'll tell you in a second. He fails, so he's going to take a full 12. So he makes his Constitution save to see if he still stays together. And he does. So he has 1 left also. So these 2 guys that are near the well, the 2 nearest you, John, are the ones that kind of held together. And this last guy, he's going to try to make a save against your hit. He fails that, so he takes his full damage. He makes his zombies stay sticky together roll, and he fails that as well, and he's blown apart. So basically,
so
go ahead.
which one of the one made the save of the 2 left?
Both the 2 remaining, right? Made
the Thunderwave save. The only one of them made that, right?
Yes, only one made this. The one farther away made the Thunderwave save.
Okay.
Both of them made their stay together save.
So the closer one is going to be thrown back to here.
Okay.
Because he failed to save. Thunderwave throws him back. Yeah.
Got it. Fair enough. Okay. He goes flying across the thing. All right.
Russ,
Rafe,
I'll shoot that one.
your conditions met. The guy, that one there. Okay, go ahead. Take a shot.
All right.
That's going to hit.
I also have the bonus ability called flanking next to wells, so I get sneak attack damage.
Yeah, sadly, no.
I forget how to get to just the dice again.
On the left-hand side of the screen, there's a little symbol. Looks like a
there it is.
20. There you go.
Shared screen. It's right here.
What's my bow? D6, right? Yeah.
Yep. So just there you go.
And then I think I'm +3 to that, but let me double check.
Probably.
5 points total.
Yep, 5 total.
All right.
Piercing damage if it matters.
5 total. So he's going to.
Oh, Joe, you figured out how to put the shield on you. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Your arrow should kill him. It gets him right in the throat. It should take him down, but somehow the zombie stays together. And he's still there. All right. Okay. Are you done, Rafe?
Done.
All right. The rest of the zombies keep coming. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. And they're starting to kind of stack up like cordwood because there's too many zombies in the way and they can't get all the way through.
Just like zombies.
Brains. Here they come.
Brains.
All right. Okay. So the zombies are done with their turn. And we're at the top of a new round. Let me make an intelligence check here for someone.
I fail.
All right. Let's see here. Actually, it might be a good spot to pause. So, Joe, you're about to swing with your hammer because you feel like the flap's about to open, and we're going to see who's in the tent. But then we cut to credits.
Oh,
I love it.
I'm sold. That's suspenseful, Russ. You can't do that to me. I'm old.
There we go. So we'll put a pin in this till next week when we find out who's in the tent and just how many snowballs can be thrown at zombies.
At zombies.
You know, Russ, I popped a tent before, and there's some surprises.
There are. You never know what you're going to get.
Never know.
All All right, gentlemen.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Pyric blew his snowball load, didn't he?
He pulled a pair out and he used them both.
I have more tricks up my snowball sleeve.
Is your staff blue now?
All right. Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.